Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Okay. I don't remember if I've done a reading for you before. I do so many, so I just like to explain a little bit. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. They never waste a message. They don't waste their energy. So, um, I'm losing my train of thought. Need more coffee. If it doesn't make any sense now, just keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, "Oh, I know what they're talking about." We're gonna let Ivan in here too. Oh boy, my mind's just a little scatterbrained today. This is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. They won't give me all the details. They'll give me just enough so you should understand what they're talking about. Ivan wants to come in first. Oh, he's so sweet. Oh, Ivan had a certain smell about him. Some kind of a dog smell. Maybe not an ordinary dog smell. Maybe, I'm not going to say like a body odor, like a stink. Not really. He had some kind of a smell. You'll smell that. You have smelled that. Also, he's wagging his tail and he's hitting your leg with his tail. You should feel that. You should feel that. And there goes my dog. Well, my grandson's dog. She's throwing a fit all of a sudden because evidently she's sensing Ivan here. She's not very psychic either. I had a Yorkie used to spin around under my table every time Spirit came in. Just freaked her out. All right, anyway. Let me take care of her. Anyway, you should feel that little thump. And it may not, I don't want to say this. I don't know how somebody else will feel the energy. Everybody feels the energy different. But if you feel a little tap on your leg, he says you felt it quite a bit. You just didn't know what it was. So that tail wagging and thumping you, it may not feel as hard. It may not feel exactly like that. But anyway, you'll feel a tap on the side of your leg. I'm getting way out of hand with that. Whenever you smells and things like that are easy for them to do. So whenever you feel him, you also hear his toenails clicking as he walks across the floor. You'll hear those toenails. Whenever you get any of that, make sure you validate them, acknowledge them, and tell them you love them and ask them for more. Give them permission. Let them know it's okay to come in and bring you signs or come in and see you. Even though you love them and of course you want them there, it still helps to actually acknowledge it and let them know it's okay. I've seen them, like spirits, stand off in a corner like, okay, well, I'm here, but I really don't want to make my presence known because I don't want to scare them. I don't want to think their house is haunted, that kind of thing. He's licking the back of your hand, so he's giving you plenty of signs, and it may not, you just probably not realizing that he's there. It may not feel as wet. I don't know why I keep spacing off. It may not feel as wet as a lick, but you'll feel that on the back of your hand. He's such a sweet baby. He's actually, at this moment, he's standing in front of you as when you watch this, he'll be standing in front of you, looking up at you with so much love, and his tail just kind of wagging. Like, I'm right here, Mom. I'm right here. You just can't see me. Very patient. Very loving. He's thanking you for being a good mommy, for giving him so much love. He says, I am a good boy. So you must have told him he was a good boy all the time. Tell him now. Tell him again. Even dogs, I promise you, those on the other side, they can hear you, they can see you. Talk to them all you want to. You're not bothering them. You're not holding them down from anything. You just may not be able to hear them. They can hear you. You don't need me to talk to them. Okay, so now Mom comes in, and she's standing beside Ivan. He's not leaving. And she puts her hand kind of resting on top of his head, and she's standing there with him. She has so much love for you that it almost makes me want to cry. Those two together with that much love for you, you should be able to feel that. And if you can't, ask them. Ask them to bring you that you need that sometimes. Both of them. I always tell people, if Uncle Joe didn't have a pot to piss in, don't ask Uncle Joe for financial advice when he's up there, because he still doesn't know how it worked down here. I don't quite get that part. I thought we'd be all knowing when we get there. Well, we're not. So they're here to bring you that love energy, and Mom says confidence, that you need some confidence. So whenever you feel down as far as not feeling loved or lack of confidence, call on them, both of them. You could, sometimes I've had them, it's almost like they surround you with this love energy that is so intense that it just makes me cry. And they have a shit ton of it. Mom says you need to pick yourself up from something. Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. She's not saying what the situation is, and it's none of my business. It's probably something, you know what she's talking about. She's it looked like she was showing you laying on the floor. That's why I was waiting to see, is that floor, bed, a couch? It may not make any difference. But just kind of laying there, kind of in a little ball, maybe wanting to cry, just kind of curling up. She says, don't give up. Don't give up. There is sunshine right around the corner. And she's literally showing me a corner with the sun back behind it. It's just right around the corner. But you can't see it if you cover your head up with a blanket. Know how much we loved you, and you need to love yourself that much. You need to love yourself as much as they loved you. You know Ivan loved you. Sometimes it's so much easier to tell when an animal loves you than a person sometimes. And I'm not saying your mom didn't or you had any problem with that. But those darn dogs sure give you unconditional love. Yeah, it's almost like you and him had a special bond. And when he left, that left a huge hole that you're having trouble filling again, that you're having trouble. because that unconditional love left. He was special. There was a very gentle soul, something very special about him, and you're having trouble, not exactly with the loss of it, but with the emptiness. That, like, there's something you need to fill there, but not replacing. Literally ask him to come sit beside you. And hopefully, with his energy being that close, that it will fill that hole more often and you won't feel so empty. I know, I have had lots of fur babies. They're special. Okay, Mom says she is over the top proud of you. And then she does her hands like this, like a big, like this much. And it's not like I love you this much. It's I'm proud of you this much. So I don't know if she ever did this with her hands. And now there's a cat walking in. Kind of a I'm not seeing it super clear, but it looks kind of like a calico type, maybe. Had different colors on it. I can't tell if it's just 2 colors or 3 or 4. It's strutting in. Ivan looks over at it like, what are you doing here? So I don't know if you've lost a cat that looks similar to this. Huh. Mom says she's very proud of what you're doing with your life. Very proud of you. You're keeping a roof over your head. You're taking care of yourself. Not as well as she'd like you to, though, as far as taking care of yourself. She says you need to be kinder to yourself. Tell her. Okay. I always tell people, be as nice to yourself as you would your best friend. Would you tell your best friend she's an asshole? Well, I do. But, would you beat up verbally your best friend and put her down and put her down and put her down? Mom says, don't do that to yourself. Treat yourself like your best friend because you are your best friend. You have to be your best friend more than best friend to another person. I'm muttering. Sorry. Hope that made sense. Mom says you need to be kinder to yourself. She says, don't get all cocky. She's doing her head like this. She's showing you standing there like cocking your head around. She says, don't get all cocky. Love yourself first. Okay, she's trying to give me some kind of a smell. All right, now she's in the kitchen. She's standing at the sink. And I didn't get the smell. Hang on. Water's running. She's doing dishes. Or she's standing there, filling up the sink. I'm not sure where she's going with this, but there's always a reason for whatever they show. So I don't know. Do you have a sink full of dishes and she's telling you need to do the dishes, or you just did the dishes, or you're going to hear either you're either going to hear the water running or the water's going to turn on, turn off, maybe not full charge, but or you something about this water running into the sink, something about the sink. Going to hear the dishes, like when you wash dishes or when you put them in the sink water, that something about the noise there. And she's standing there, but she turns around, looks over her shoulder, and she looks back at you. Not sure where she's going with this. So pay attention to something around the sink. So anyway, whatever the noise is, right there, associated with that, make sure you validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, ask her to bring you more. She says she knows she's welcome. Steps. Do you have an upstairs? Do you have wooden steps going upstairs? It's like you hear footsteps going up the stairs. That's her. And I always ask them, don't do creepy sounds, and then they think their house is haunted. I have people that want me to come cleanse their houses, and then I go in there and I go, it's just Grandma. You really don't need to kick her out. Just trying to get your attention. She says something about the smell of lavender. So know you can get the smell of lavender in your car, walking through the store, outside, in your house. Doesn't matter where it is. When you get it again, validate her, acknowledge her, and all that. Let her, once you start validating their signs and they know that you understand that that's them, that kind of opens up a door and they go, oh, we'll bring you more. You know we're here to bring you love. So whatever else Mama's good at, if you need help with it, call on her. She says you're not bothering her. And some people think, oh, if I talk to them too much, they can't go and do whatever they need to do. You can't tie a rope on them. They don't have anything to tie a rope on to. You're not bothering them. She wanted to make sure you knew that. Trying to get her to validate that it's her. I always ask them for 2 or 3 things. So you know for sure that we're talking to her. But I think she's gonna be validated by the signs that she's been bringing in, that now you're gonna know for sure that it's her. Yeah. There's some kind of work that you want to do. I'm not sure that you're doing it yet, but it's like a yearning. There's some kind of, she's calling it work. And I always say, work doesn't have to be a 9 to 5 paycheck, paper paycheck job. There's some kind of work that you're really yearning to do, but maybe you're not quite there yet. Did you stop working towards it? Mom says it's in your heart and soul. You need to keep going towards it. It's something that will make you feel complete. As complete as you can feel. And even if it's work that doesn't pay, or you think you can't support yourself with it, she says at least do it part-time. At least take steps towards it. At least do something towards it. Again, she says it's in your heart and soul. It's something you're really yearning to do. She says go for it. Mom says as far as spiritually, you kind of know what you need to be doing, but don't go towards the dark part. Stay away from the dark part, because that will only bring you more negative energy. You've been making voodoo dolls or something? I mean, I don't consider things like cards and any of this stuff, as long as it's used for the good. It's not dark. You can use them towards dark. You can use them towards the good. Don't use them for any dark stuff. Don't use them. She says no curses. I don't know if she means you don't have any curses on you or don't be putting curses on somebody else. She says always the positive side. Always. You need to be more positive and always work towards the positive side. So even, I don't know why this is popping in my head. So I might use an example. If somebody has shit on you and what you want to do is put a curse on them or wish evil on them or something like that, Mom says use the positive side. So what would the positive side be? Okay, I'll use my situation. These people were bugging me all the time. Horrible energy. Every time I was around them, I had to put the shield up between us. Horrible, horrible. I could feel the darts in my back from across the room. So what I wished for them was to go find someplace else with some new people where they would be happy and leave me the hell alone. So I don't know why that popped in. So use the positive side. They actually ended up pretty much very rarely see them anymore. It actually worked, but it took a lot of work and a long time, it seemed like. Use the positive side. That's what Mom's saying. Mentally, every morning when you get up, I like to write them down. I mean, I don't do it every day like I'm supposed to. 5 positive things I can see, even on your very, very worst day. There's 5 positive things in your life. You have a roof over your head, you can see, you can hear the birds singing. Always use the positive stuff because it's going to change your energy. It totally changes your energy. If you have something very, very negative, what, Mom? You have something very, very negative, don't write it down, but write down 3 things that are the opposite of that, or a positive thing to counteract that thought. She says, especially thoughts about yourself. Seriously, writing them down is the best because my little squirrel brain works all the time and it'll go, I want the red one, I want the white one, no, I want the black one. It's always, brr. If you write it down, your guides and your angels know exactly what it is you want. Don't elaborate. Don't make it big, long, drawn out thing. Just write down, I want this positive, blah, blah, blah. And turn it over to them. Mom said she'll help. Mom said if she can't help, she'll find somebody up there who can. She said physically, you need to move more. You need to move more and you need to be outside more. You need fresh air. You need to walk. And other than that, physically, she's not saying anything else. I keep asking her something, she's not answering, and I can't make them answer. I can ask them all the questions I want to. It's their show. It's their ball game. I allow them to do anything they think they need to. They know best. Mom says you're excuse me. Mom says you're a beautiful person, and you do not give yourself enough credit on how beautiful you are. Stop looking at your skin and realize how freaking gorgeous you are. You've listened to somebody else who's maybe said some negative things towards you and you kind of let it stick to you. Okay, I don't know if you know how to visualize. She's showing me, it's like people have stuck daggers, kind of like I talked about a minute ago. This guy's shooting daggers at me all the time. Visualize. whatever these things were that somebody has said to you that have just kind of stuck on you and it kind of pops in your head every so often and kind of brings you down. She says they're not true. And she's not going to elaborate because you know what they are. Actually, visualize this big long sword stuck in you, and you grab a hold of it and you pull that sword out. Wow, I can feel that. And you hand it to Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is the healing angel. Archangel Michael is the protector, and he's always gorgeous. Usually has armor and a big sword himself. I ask him to stand behind me every morning when I get up. Actually, wow, that felt good. I don't know if that was mine or yours. Take those swords and just grab it. Give them a name. So and so said this, and you actually visualize pulling that sword out of you. It could be little bitty daggers. It could be 1,000 of them. Work on them a little bit at a time. Pull that out. Hand it to Archangel Michael. He will take it and what's the word? He will change the energy and take it to the angels. I know that may sound a little crazy, but it truly works. Yeah, I am absolutely 100% sure you can do that. Also, Mom says, get some sage, crack your door open. What do you want under sage? I sage every morning, well, at least 5 days a week. It doesn't take a lot. I sage my area. I sage my phone because how much negative stuff comes in on your phone, your computer, my ALEXA, my bank stuff. Of course, it's pretty much all here. I will go through my house sometimes, crack the door open, and just say I want all that negative energy to go out that crack in the door and be transmuted. That's the word I was trying to use earlier. Be transmuted by the angels out there. She says you need to learn how to do a protection bubble. She's showing lots of daggers coming at you, and I don't know if those are self daggers that you're pulling in or somebody's shooting daggers at you. Go on YouTube, protection bubble. There's hundreds of videos on there. It's free to learn. I don't like using the mirror one because the people that used to throw the daggers at me, when it got really bad, I would do the mirror one, but they have so much hate in them already. I don't really want to bounce that horrible energy back at them because they're already full of it. You want to give them love, even if you hate them, because they're so full of hate already. So I don't like the mirror one, but you can do a screen one, you can do a steel one, you can do green for healing, you can do pink for love. It's up to you. She says you definitely need a protection bubble because I can see daggers coming in. I don't know what the hell's going on. But you're absorbing them. You have to stop absorbing that stuff. So Mom wants you to learn how to protect yourself. So she kept pulling my eyes to my calendar, and I'm getting my eyelashes done next week. But instead of, I have written down lashes, but I keep hearing lashing. Somebody's lashing out at you. Stop allowing them to do that. Put that protection bubble on. That way, if they do lash out at you, it's not going to stick. Use intention. Mom says use intention that it's not going to stick. You are such you are such a soft, gentle soul, just like your fur baby. Mom says sometimes you put on the Billy Badass attitude, but inside you're a marshmallow. Yeah, he says you're kind of like me, but on the Billy Badass attitude. And a friend of mine here that I hadn't seen for years, he said, I can see right through that. That's just an act. You're not as tough as you think. Mom says you're the same way. If you get, Mom says if you get too tough, that keeps people from approaching you. She says you got to show them the soft side, but you also have to protect it. And Mom's making you look like a marshmallow. Her and Ivan are so full of love. Like, I want to go up and hug both of them. Mom says, kill them with kindness. She says that baffles them. Be the better person. I love you. I love you more than you could possibly know. And I want you to love yourself as much as I love you. Be good, be kind, but don't be a wuss. Well, that's kind of the opposite. Can't be Billy Badass, but you can't be a wuss either. Okay, with that, she's going to leave. She's taking Ivan and the cat with her. His little butt's going the other way. His tail's just slowly going back and forth. He's looking up at your mom with a whole lot of love. I don't know about the cat. Cats being a cat. They're always kind of fussy, aren't they? So, much love to you, my dear. Let me know if you need any more help. Mom's blowing you kisses. Something about a birthday. Somebody's birthday's coming up or just happened. She says coming up in the real near future. And she's validating it, whoever it is. She's not saying. And they usually don't have to say exactly because you know. And you may hear this. You may hear this. It's like she's way off, but I hear, I love you. You can hear it with these ears. We have telepathic ears up here. Or you may hear it with your ear. You may hear it in your dreams, but it's like a far off, I love you. It may sound like a muttering. You may not be able to understand the words. You'll know. You're just gonna know. Some people just know. Okay. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be their voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.